Hello, I'm Alessia, I'm Italian and I live in Italy. These are two of my pets. The other one is just outside there, you probably see him. And I live in this house with my husband and with these three pets, two dogs and one cat. And they're currently playing, so it's going to be a little bit messy. Yes. So, well, just to introduce you to the whole family, my husband is actually out today. He works mostly from home, but today is working from the office, so he'll be back later this evening. This is Python, which is a little bit weird for a cat. It's from the programming language Python, not the snake, because my husband is a software engineer and he mostly works with Python, so we thought it was fun as a name for our cat. And he is now almost 8 years old. This is Kaladin. He's the youngest one we have. He's a Belgian Malinois and he's 1 year and a half, almost. He is quite an energetic dog. This is the breed you see sometimes with police officers, mostly. They're very athletic, very clever, but also very sweet. And now he's really in love with our cat, so he can just be there for hours looking at the cat. Yeah, you don't see him, but he's just down here looking at the cat. Well, the other one is Ragnar. He's just outside there. He's a Siberian Husky. He's 5 years old, going for 6 in June. He's very sweet, but he mostly enjoys being outside on his own. While this guy here is very attached to us, to me, to my husband, so he couldn't stay outside too long. He wants to be with us. Yeah. His name comes from the Brandon Sanderson's Stormlight Archives. Kaladin is one of the main characters, while Ragnar comes from, of course, Vikings, etc. Oh, this is how they play. So she punches him and he just loves it. I don't know how much you can see of this. Anyway, okay, enough. So we actually speak English with the Belgian Malinois, just to differentiate when we give commands. So I don't know if they're called commands. We call them comandi in Italian. So he knows like sit, down, yeah, and others. While the other one is just speaks Italian. This one doesn't speak anything. It's just a cat. He does whatever he wants, right? Okay, let's go. So this video, I don't know why I'm doing this. I really am out of practice when it comes to speaking English, and I find myself just speaking like this, like talking to myself. So I thought maybe I could just record myself while talking about something, and today I'm talking about my family, my house probably. I can take you around my house a little bit. I found a lot of comfort. Sorry, they're making too much noise. Basta! Sorry, coming back very soon. Okay, so I'll just take you, is it still recording? Yes, it is. I'll just take you around my house a little bit. I found comfort in watching other people's videos like this, where they just show their houses, they talk about their lives, their routine. I don't know why, but it works for me. So I thought maybe I can practice English and I can record a video, and maybe someone, even if it's just one person, can find some comfort or something interesting or useful in what I'm saying, what I'm showing. I found a lot of inspiration also for my house and for things I didn't know I needed. So yeah, this is basically the reasons why I'm doing this. And yes, this is the main room. It's an open space where we have, now you can see this half of the room, which is our living room. The TV is over there, I'll show you in a bit. And we have 2 armchairs, and that's it, because we have 2 people, so we don't need more. Let's say in Italian houses, to have only armchairs is not very common, so it's not typical. Usually people have couches, maybe they have an armchair, but that's not the only thing they have. When we bought this house, we thought we had a lot more space. We kind of overestimated this room, and so we bought a very big couch. It was like 3 seats with the shaped one, but it was too big. It was just kind of going a little bit too long that way. There was not much space left in the room, and we thought it was a very beautiful couch, a gray one. We really liked it, but too big, too heavy. It was hard to clean around it, and when they just brought it here, we realized how big it was. So we switched to a smaller one. Ah, they're back. Please, basta dai. We switched to a smaller one, which was a cheap one, unfortunately, and it didn't last very long. I think 1 or 2 years. Then, you know, we have animals in the house, so especially the cat is not very nice with sofas and stuff. Well, let's not even start about talking about fur, which is everywhere, but probably you don't see it from there, hopefully. So basta. Hey, I'm recording. I just want this to be as natural as possible. I don't want it to be fake. So I'm just here talking, wearing the same clothes I was wearing before, which is just comfortable clothes I usually wear. So yeah, and so yes, we decided we wanted to try with armchairs because they're easier to move around, and we can get this space as free as possible when we need to train or whenever we have guests and we want to move the table over here, so it's nice. Okay, so I'll just show you a little bit around. Sorry, I hope this is not uncomfortable. So this is our nice terrace. It's not very big, but we come from a different flat we were renting, and that had not even a small balcony. It was very harsh. And we didn't have a view like this back then. So we have some nice houses, some woods, some fields. Unfortunately, we had a very severe storm a few years ago, and most of the trees here were damaged and they had to be removed for safety reasons, unfortunately. So it's not as thick and nice as it used to be, but still I like it. My dog is just watching outside, and this other dog is watching the cat as usual. This, I love it. Maybe I'll talk about it in more detail in the future. It's called, in Italian we call it Hotel degli Insetti. It's like a bug hotel. So let me just let the cat outside so he's not bothered. Kaladin, Kaladin, sit, sit, sit. So the cat Cat enjoys exploring outside. This is a mess. Why are you doing this to me? This is my everyday life. Because he wants to come in, but he is afraid of jumping over there sometimes with no reason. Yeah, now he's going back outside. Okay. My goodness. And this is what they do every day. They're playing, I guarantee that. I mean, he's playing, he's not always playing. Okay, enough. Okay, enough. Okay, so I've just put them in 2 different rooms so we have some quiet and he can stay there. So this just got in today. It's their the dog's food. We give them the same. This is a messier area probably. This is the dog's area with some towels for when it rains. We need to dry them. Then there are the collars and leashes down here. These are our jackets. It's been weird lately. The weather has been like warm and then cold again, like 5 degrees and then 15 degrees Celsius. So we're not sure which jacket we should use. So we have a few here. So we can just see when it's time. So I was trying to talk about this bug hotel. It's very lovely. I've always wanted this, but I didn't have, as I was saying, a balcony. So now we have it, and if you can see, the small cells, a few are still empty, but most of them are just full. And most of them are full with bees. They will be released, born in I think 1 or 2 months. So I'll talk about it later in another video probably, because I really like it. It's very special for me. So from the balcony, let's move to the rest of the room from this side. So we have some just art on the wall. This plant is actually not going to stay here for longer because my mom will take it. It's gotten too big for our house, and unfortunately I have to keep it against the wall, and I have to tie some of the leaves here, some of the branches, because otherwise it's too big and too spreads just around, and I don't have space for that. And I had to turn it around. Usually this part is here, and now it's just not easy to access keys and things behind here. So my mom is just going to take care of this plant for me, because she has a bigger space where the plant can just be free to grow, and she will also get a bigger vase for her. But I really like it. I really wanted a big plant, and as the big couch, that was not the right choice for this house. And we'll probably replace it with a small table or something. And we like to buy a bonsai, something like that. So yeah. So from this side, this is the kitchen side, the kitchen half of the room. So yeah, it's just a very simple kitchen. We really wanted, we liked a light floor. So when we bought the house, we could choose the type of flooring, like the color mostly, and also the walls here. So we wanted a dark wall and light floor. So and with the dark wall, we're not sure about the color of the kitchen, so we ended up choosing this white and red color, which I still like very much. Only difference that we had the red here and the white here, so it had a different kind of design, more movement, if you will, but then we got just tired of it and we switched them to have the same color, more linear color. And so I found in other videos that they hang mugs and I really like it, and I like these mugs, so I just put all the big spoons and stuff in another drawer, and so that I had hooks for my mugs. So yeah, really like it. And I want to show you these three beautiful, I don't know, they're not pictures, like three beautiful paintings. Not sure how the technique used for it, but they're like Japanese art. My dad had them and he asked if someone wanted them, if any of us. I have two sisters and I really wanted them, and we just recently put them here in this room because they used to be in another room, but here I think it's the right spot. I think every object, everything should have their own spot, the right place where they can be easily accessed if it's something you want to use, you need to use, or if it's something you should display like this, there's the best place to actually put them, to give them the value they deserve. These are just small plants. Yeah, so nothing much to say, I think, about this, but it's very nice and very, I think, comfortable area. We have this table. It can just be a little bit longer if we want. We can have up to 8 people comfortably, even 10 if we are not that comfortable, but still we can fit 10 people. And I like this clock. It was a present from my parents-in-law, so it's kind of old-fashioned and just really like it. This is just a new toy for our dog. It just came with the food. We usually, I like leaving this on the table so that we are always ready and I don't have to put them back every time we eat. It's something we've come up with just recently. We've not always done this. These are my husband's pills and stuff because he's on a diet, so he's taking some supplements. And this is the kitchen. This is our air fryer. And we use this to purify, I think it's how you say it, purify water from the sink because it's not very good in this area. There's a lot of, I don't know how you call it in English, we call it calcare. This is like the white kind of calcium thing you have in water. So we don't really like it. So we just use this and we can drink more safely, probably, hopefully. So let's go to just have a quick look. So this is a flat we've been living in for 7 years now. This is our bathtub. We don't use it very often, but it's nice to have it. We mostly clean and wash things in it rather than ourselves. And then we have this nice plant here. For years we didn't even have this. We just had the sink. We bought this 1 year ago, so it's nice. We have some storage. Yeah, hello. Yeah, this is it. This is actually, we don't use them often if you want to dry your towels, because our heating system is in the floor actually, because these are quite modern houses. And sorry for that, my husband will hear about this because I like them very tidy like that, but when he uses it, he just put it this way because it gets dried easier, like more easily. That's actually my name and my husband's name. You cannot see, it's Alessandro. My mom gave this to us as a present. She actually, I don't know the name in English, but She did that writing over there. And this is the very famous bidet, which sometimes you hear about. You just have to sit here, and then you have the soap and water, and you can wash yourself down there after using the toilet, or it's very useful in general whenever you need to use it. I usually use it in the morning and in the evening, unless I take a shower in the morning or in the evening. And then when you use the toilet, this is very useful to wash yourself. And when I travel and there's no a bidet in the hotel room, which usually is not there, it's hi Kaladin. It's not very comfortable, I must say. So I think this is really useful, especially if you're used to it. It's hard to just not having it. It's very hard. But yeah, so this is a small bathroom here. We could choose the color, the tiles here, and we decided for a very neutral color, similar to the floor, not the same, but similar. We have another bathroom over here. This is the smaller one. We have a shower in here, and we have the washing machine and the dishwasher. No, the dishwasher is in the kitchen. We have the washing machine and the dryer. And so this is more of a laundry room, and also the cat's area with the litter and his food. So yeah, this is the shower. Here for the shower we chose these tiles that I really like. And we developed this incredible system so that we can keep the door just a little bit open, ajar like this. The cat can just go in and out, and the dogs cannot go in and steal his food. So yeah, this is our bedroom. So this is a small mirror because we needed one, and we had a bigger one when we installed this new wardrobe. We didn't have space for it on this wall, so we just took this one, and that can be hung up on the door. I love owls, if you didn't notice. There are more. There's one there in the kitchen, but yes. So yeah, this is the mirror. This is called sage green, in Italian verde salvia. So salvia is sage, the herb. We put some books and dictionaries in and old stuff we had here, because we had some kind of small renovation going on in the other room where we used to keep all these books. I cannot show you properly, but yeah. So it looks like kind of tailored. I mean, but we actually were able to, my husband took some time with measurements and stuff, and we were able to buy this from a local Italian shop, which is very cheap, very famous. But we were able to just, thanks to this one, to fit all the wall. This is actually a small storage area. So with our shoes and stuff, it's a little messy, but this is how it is. And it's much deeper than you would think. Yeah, and this is the bed. This is a dehumidifier. I don't know if that's how it's called. We are two very passionate readers, so we have both Kindles here. This was made by my dad. He is an artist. He likes shapes and colors, so we've been having this for many years now. And this is actually a king-sized bed with just changed recently because the bed is quite busy sometimes because of the dogs and the cat. Even if we try to keep them away, they just be there in the morning. And my husband and I also, my husband is a big guy and we would just hit each other at night, so we needed more space. And king size is not the usual size you find in Italy. Usually people have the probably 2 meters here, which is what we have now, maybe 190 centimeters as well, 190. And then this side is 160 usually meters. Now we have 180 for the king size, which is very, very lovely, enough for us. These are in every room, like here and also in the living room over there. These are actually dogs' beds. They look like carpets, but they're actually carpets for dogs. And these are 2 old cushions we had for the old sofa, the old couch, and we just repurposed them, and now they are the cat's bed over here. He just likes sleeping there. There's not much to say about our lamps because we have this from Amazon. In every room we have the same LED lamps. Very simple, easy to clean. They're just plastic, nothing fancy or expensive, but they work for us. So this room, sorry, but it's just a little bit messy now because we have all the books here. We removed them, and because we wanted to have like a small corner for training. So we have, yes, some stuff for training. So this is still something we need to finish. Like there are holes in the wall. It's not nice. And then my husband's guitars are here. Yeah. And here is where we work. So we have the window, and then we have this. We repurposed this part, wooden parts of the old, I can't find the name, the bookshelf we have here. And we repurposed them to create new shelves there. So we have some books, house and owls, some, things, some plants. And then my husband works here, I work here. He works standing sometimes, so this is why it's so high right now. So my husband is a software engineer, as I mentioned earlier, while I've changed jobs. I tried different careers, and now I'm trying to make my wish come true. I want to be a writer, so I'm almost done with my first novel. That's where it happens. A ukulele, and that's what my husband 3D printed. That's the face hugger from Alien. He's a fan of Alien. So yeah, this is the whole house. So we're already done. So let's go back to where it all started. I'm very happy here. This is a happy place for us. And since I quit my old job, which was making me very sad, very bad, I was in a very bad place. And now I can focus on my book, and I can focus on my house, my pets, my husband. It's very nice, and I've never been happier. So this is a good moment in my life, probably the happiest moment. So yeah, I hope this video gave you something nice. I don't know how, if you found something you liked. In next videos we could maybe go into details. We can see each room maybe more in detail, if that's interesting. I don't know, we'll see. It was nice practicing English like this. And if you have any questions about Italy or about Italian houses or Italian life, just drop them in the comments. I work from home, so I don't usually have, those kind of everyday routines where you go to work and you take the train or the bus, because I'm at home most of the time. But we practice Kung Fu twice a week, and then I go grocery shopping usually on Thursdays. So that's something that's part of my routine. And when it comes to the routine in the house, I very quickly clean the house and I tidy it up a little bit. So it's usually tidy because I like it like that. It's not super clean because it's just impossible to have it clean, but that's okay. Then we're just really coming to know ourselves, my husband and I, and we getting to really understand what we want in our home, what we need. And so that's why we decided we don't want this plant anymore. It's just not the right place for it. As we decided we didn't need 2 huge bookshelves, we just wanted that to become, it still need time, but it will become a nice corner for us to train in martial arts and to train in general. We're happy, and this is our happy place for now. And we don't plan on moving. We think probably we'll be staying here for a while. This flat is around 80 square meters. So I don't know in square feet, sorry. There's plenty of space for us. We even have a garage we don't keep our cars in the garage. We just have other things, but we have it. We have one parking space for us outside here, and then there's a public parking just down the street where we keep the other car. So there's plenty of space, and it was a very good change from where we were staying earlier, the flat we were renting before, because that was very small, and we didn't have a parking space. And my husband back then used to work in Milan, and he had to go back and forth every day in the traffic, and then you come home and you want to just park your car and get home, and he couldn't. He had to drive around for 30-40 minutes sometimes to find parking space, because we used to live in a very small village but still very popular with many tourists, so it was not easy to find place. And we moved to we are in the same area, but just far from the tourist area. We are close to Como and the lake. And before we were living actually on the lake, basically on a village on the lake, so that's why it was very, very busy. And now we're just living on the other side, close to nature, woods, not very popular here. There are not tourists coming here, luckily for us, and we can enjoy our woods and our quiet time. And this is a small building. We have only 10 flats here, so 10 families. And there's another building identical to this one just next to us with another 10 flats inside. So it's a small building area, and we are on the last floor, which is just the first floor, so that's how small it is. But it's nice, and our neighbors downstairs have a nice garden, so nice plants, and so we can enjoy even some privacy thanks to them. So yeah, I think that's it for now. If you have any questions, just ask please. And yeah, thank you. Bye.